I'm Adam Carolla, and when I'm not drinking a beer or operating a table saw, I'm cuddling the cutest little teddy bears you ever saw. Where do I get all these marvelous teddy bears, you ask? Surely these are from Build-A-Bear, you ask? Get out! You get the... No, you ignorant fool. Of course they come from the one true source for all things teddy bear. Vermont teddy bear. The one true source. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to drink a beer and operate a table saw. I'm Adam Carolla. It's time for Inktober Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book. Are you kidding me? I'm here. I made it. I didn't make it yesterday, but I made it today. I had an eye doctor's appointment yesterday, and I was gonna do a show when I got back. I was pooped, but I did end up later on paneling a bunch of pages and doing like sound effects, like that stuff I usually do with a pen before I ink the page. Here's another one. There's an alarm clock going off. So those will be forthcoming. I might be doing that first one I held up today in a little bit. But first I got to finish this last one I was working on. So let's get into that. Woo, woo, woo. And if you saw this page last time, I didn't have these backgrounds drawn in because I knew I wanted it to be the same thing for each one. And I guess I never got around to drawing it and transferring it to each, so I just did that now. Let me pour some ink. So the last I was on here was my birthday. And I started this page. Oh man, this ink is not pouring. This bottle's almost empty. Okay. So it was my birthday. And so that night after I got off here, we went to this burger place that makes crazy burgers. DC Cobbs. They have like all kinds of like nutty burgers. I don't know. Like they have that breakfast burger with the egg and the hash browns and bacon and stuff on top. And then one time I got one called the Popeye with a bunch of spinach on it. My one roommate, she got it was like a burger, but it was like covered in like a bowl full of macaroni, and then macaroni and cheese, and then I don't remember what my other roommate got. I don't even remember what I got. It had like deep fried strips of bacon on it, and I forget what else. I have half of it in the fridge because they're huge. So DC Cods, if you're ever wherever the heck I am. There's a couple around here. There's one called the Bill Murray. It's got like peppers and I don't know. I don't know what else. But you have to spend like 15, 20 minutes at least looking at this menu to figure out what you want. And I've been there like 3 or 4 times. And every time it's a conundrum. There's a lot to look at. Oh, and you know what I love? They have the best jalapeno poppers I've ever seen. So they're not deep fried like every other jalapeno popper I've seen. It's just like bacon wrapped around a jalapeno, and inside is like some kind of like spicy cream cheese. And it's really good. I'm a big jalapeno popper guy. And I don't know why, but when I first started getting jalapeno poppers, no matter where you got them, you could always get them with bacon. And now you can't find them with bacon anymore. And these ones, they're wrapped in bacon. It's the good stuff. No, they are really good. Then what else? We went to a cigar lounge. Me and my 2 roommates. And smoked cigars, and we watched the last of the football for the week. And I thought I was out on both of my teams, right? I thought I'd already lost. Like during dinner, I thought I'd lost in fantasy. I'm in 2 leagues, right? A family one and a friends one. And during dinner, I was already out on the one. I was 100% a loser on that one. And the other one, it went down to like I had a 1% chance of winning. And I was like, oh well. And then we get to here, I'm gonna put this over here. There we go. Where was I? I was like, all right, I'm done. We get to the cigar lounge, and the football game was on, and like I don't know nothing about football. I didn't even know I had anybody on the field, but oh, and by the way, the person I was up against, she'd lost every week to that point, and I had messed up and didn't get a chance to edit my team for the week in time, I guess. And like I kept putting it off and forgetting about it. It was like too late now. Like I had one guy who played the first day, and he was out. He was like projected to get 0 points because he was out. He wasn't playing games, and I had him on both my fantasy teams. So that was a bad move. And so I was like, well, the 1 week I really should have made it a point to edit it, and I didn't. And So the girl I was up against, she was about to break her losing streak. And we're just sitting there smoking cigars, watching football. I'm not even paying attention to the game because I don't know nothing about no football. And I go into this with a pen later, I think, to color in this roof. Because this is going to be tedious with a brush. But then all of a sudden, my one roommate, Lindsay, she goes, Ryan, how did that even happen? And I'm like, what? She's like, you're beating Anna all of a sudden. And I look, and yeah, like it had totally flipped from being like I had a 1% chance of winning to a 1% chance of losing. And she, like, I don't know, my tight end suddenly like stole the show. Like I say, I didn't even know I had anybody on the field. I just thought I was done for. And yeah, he got like 41 points, which like I think it tripled my my quarterback's score for the week. And it got really exciting for me to watch the end of that game with my cigar. And then we came home, and my roommate Lindsay, she gave me a this really cool present. I'll show you this. So I don't want my brother Liam to find out about this. So, but I don't think he watches these even when he comes on, because I think I want to get him one. So you might know, I'm sure I've talked about it at some point on this channel, but I'm a big. I don't like video games. I can't play video games. I don't know anything about video games, but one that I've always really liked is Crash Bandicoot. And I can play old games. I can play like Donkey Kong and like old Donkey Kong, like before N64, right? Donkey Kong, Mario, like Super Mario. And then on PlayStation, I could always kind of deal with Crash Bandicoot. I'm a big Crash Bandicoot fan. I love it. And so does my brother Liam. So I didn't even know this was a thing. Look at this. It's the Crash Bandicoot files. How Willy the Wombat sparked marsupial mania. And it's all these like production files, and it was like all this stuff that they kept for posterity, like Willy the Wombat, in the making of the first Crash Bandicoot game, which was originally called Willy the Wombat. And look, it's got like level schedules. It's got level lists. They spell village wrong on this list every single time. Here's a script, the original script for the intro scene where Willy the Wombat talks, and he sounds kind of annoying actually. He's just like he's like kind of like The Mask. He's just a bunch of pop culture references. And then like map overviews. I never realized for some dumb reason that Insanity Island is short for North Sanity Island. And then there's also South Sanity Island, S Sanity Island, and South Padre Island, which they also call Gilligan's Island a lot at this stage. I don't know if those islands end up having names in the game. They probably do. I don't know. But then look, yeah, there's all these like sketches of like the ruins and the jungles and stuff. So cool. I really want to get my brother this too. It's a painting. Almost looks like a sculpture, but it's not. It's like Crash the Coloring Book. Some drawings of Crash. It's funny. Like, and I read something in here that says it's like amazing that they were able to replicate this with their low poly. But yeah, some of these drawings are pretty accurate to what you see on screen like that. I know I've seen that. Tawna's name was originally Carmen. She's like the love interest in this game. Here's some Cortex. Oh, there's one here that I really like. Pulling his hair. And it's got like all the bad guys. Bapu, Ripperoo. The Komodo brothers didn't end up being in the first one. They were in the second one. So they were originally planned on being in this one. And they weren't originally called Komodo Joe and Komodo Mo. They're Komodo and Kimono. I'm not sure everything, but some play technique. Yeah, this is really cool. This blew me away. This was a really cool gift. I think there's going to be an actual birthday party for me on Saturday, so I'm gonna. Getting a lot of undeserved attention on Saturday. But that was fun. That was a fun birthday. For a Monday night, that was a fun birthday. It was like the last day for fantasy for the week. So, like, going to the cigar bar inadvertently turned out to be a really good idea, especially when, like, it was like the best. It was like the biggest miracle I've ever had on in fantasy in my 3 years of doing it. So that was exciting. That was really exciting and fun. And also, I had one the night before. I had a cigar the night before at my parents' house, which it was the first time I'd had a cigar in like 2 or 3 months. But and then I went to the cigar bar and had a cigar. It was really good. It was I don't know what I had at my parents' house because it was something I bought like 3 months ago. But the one I had at the cigar lounge was a Rocky Patel Toro. It was the 60th anniversary edition or something like that. It was called 60. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. The one thing I thought that place could have used was some alcohol. But that's okay. No, I had a great time, and I probably would have passed out because I had a gigantic burger sitting in my stomach, or most of one. Oh yeah, and so I had told my mom at some point, you know, that I was getting an eye exam yesterday, and she kept being real nosy about it. And she was like, "Well, maybe I'll come with you because I gotta pick up glasses for your dad." Like he had just had an eye exam at the same place, and she still had to pick up glasses for him. And she's like, "Well, I'll go in," or I don't know. Yeah, I think she was picking up glasses for him, and then she also kept insisting she wanted to help me pick out glasses. And I think I think that was a good thing because I was really I was kind of hell bent on getting these like uh, maybe obnoxious glasses. They might have looked good, but it was a big change of frame style, and she talked me out of it. That might have been too dramatic, you know. But anyway, so she met me there, and she was talking to the people while I was getting an eye exam, and after I paid for them, she slipped me money because that's what she was trying to do, was buy me glasses, buy my pair of glasses for me for my birthday. So that was nice. So I'll get those in the next like week or two. They said usually it's a few days, but they think it's probably going to be a week or two. Just kind of what I expected. So that seems to be the way lately with things. But they said it was because of my ridiculous prescription. They said it was because of my clown prescription. No, I am a Velma. I can't see much past the nose on my face. And the even the doctor said, because I have 2 blind aunts on my mom's side, and she's like, you might want to look into that. Though she did say my vision, I don't know, like my nearsightedness improved a little, but my astigmatism didn't. So it's like it kind of evened out, and I kind of have the same vision as always. But I don't know. I'm not like blind. Like, I'm probably a little useless without my glasses, but without leaning in, I can read my Ink the Book Show piece of paper in front of me, and that's about a foot away. I mean, it's paint. You see what that looks like? It's painted huge. This card. How about this? Like how it says my name. Well, I can't read it from there. Well, without squinting, I can read it this close to it. See my face? See this? It's about, I don't know, maybe 7 inches away from my face, actually. Let's get to the bottom of this. I can read it. Oh, shh. Quiet, my pet. Okay. Here's my eye. It's up against my eye. I can read it without squinting. Like, I can recognize my signature. Let's say without squinting. Ah, my glasses fell onto my face. This is the most childish thing. I'll say about there. Yeah. So let's see. Okay, almost 10 inches, about 10 inches. And it's blurry already at that. Oh, and I also got the what do you call it? I got the drops in my eyes so they could like uh, look deep into my eyes after the exam. So after I picked out my glasses, I had to like wait again in the waiting room for them to look in my eyes again. So there were those drops that like dilate your eyes a whole mess, and you know they make it sound like your eyes are going to be high as a kite or something. No, they say you can drive, but like they say it's you'll be super sensitive to light for 4 hours, and um, you'll I don't know. It didn't do that. I wasn't sensitive to light at all. The only thing it seemed to do is it made things a little blurry for a few hours. If I was going to nitpick, I would say a little achy, but it was barely a thing at all. But yeah, so I was waiting to see the eye doctor again, and the reason I wanted to do it was because I have like floaters, and it said something about floaters. Like when you see like little black specks, kind of like whooshing around as you move your eyes. Like I don't see them very often. They're very mild. In fact, that whole day I was in this white room and didn't notice them. But I know I have them. Maybe they went away even. But I know when I'm like driving in the wintertime, I'll see them a lot against the snow. And basically, she was like, there's nothing you can really do about it. Nothing you really, nothing you can really do about it. Nothing reasonable. And then when she was looking in my eyes, she was just like, "Okay, you're good to go." I was like, "There's an extra $15 for like." She looks in my eyes for like another minute, tops, and then just goes, "You're good to go." And I did think I was gonna be like bugged by the drops for a while, but I wasn't. So I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to draw, but that wasn't why I wasn't going to be able to draw. It was just that I was so exhausted when I got back home. Oh, what didn't help was I stopped for Mexican food on the way home and ate some of that, and then I was just ready for a nap. And it was a small nap, but it was like by the time I woke up, it was a little late to be doing a live stream, I thought. I was considering it, but it was a little late to start at like 9:30. And let's see. So I ended up just putting on something to watch, and I need some good Halloween stuff to watch. I was trying to find Stir of Echoes, and it's not on any streaming service I have right now. I had Hulu for a while. I don't know what's on Hulu anymore, but I got rid of it because it tricked me into like upgrading like $40 more per month, and I didn't realize it. Like I remember when it was, but it was a total deceiver kind of thing. So I was like, I'm not happy with you right now, and I got rid of it. Let's see. What about Inktober? Inktober. Let's see, on my birthday it was Stuck, right? No, it was Sour. and I did like a witch tasting some witch's brew or something. She was taste testing it or something, and making a sour face. Kind of. The face on the witch did not turn out how I originally drew it. I like kind of goofed it, but I mean it works, but it's not what I originally drew. And that was like the most important part, I feel like, you know. The next day, yesterday, was stuck. I was gonna try and draw like a fly guy, a guy with a fly head stuck to some fly paper. But I don't know, I couldn't come up with a good design for the guy being stuck to fly paper. So I just put a fly guy in a jar, trying to get out. And the thing is, it's like, if I get stuck on a concept for too long, I gotta kind of pivot, because the drawing itself is gonna take long enough, and I can't let the Inktober eat up my entire day when I want to be doing this. Today's was a roof. I kept thinking of houses and buildings, and I was like, maybe a haunted house or something, because I'm trying to keep it kind of Halloween themed this year. I don't always, but this year I wanted to do like a kind of make it more relevant to Halloween for each one. I was like, maybe a haunted house. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything interesting. And I was like, what about a guy or like someone tied to the roof of a car or something? I don't know why that came to mind. And and I was like, well, what? How would I make that Halloween? Like, what Halloween type character drives a car? And then I was kind of racking my brain on that one, and I was like, oh, what about those like Big Daddy Roth cartoons guys or whatever they were called? You know, the big the bulging eyes and the tongues hanging out, and they're all gross looking and warty and hairy. And so yeah, I did that. I did a guy tied to a roof of a station wagon, and it's being driven by this Big Daddy Roth type guy. Tomorrow's is Tick. Right now, I'm thinking something with a big old tick, all like gigantic and engorged, like sucking the blood out of somebody. I mean, you could do something with a bomb or a clock. But I think I like the tick thing. And maybe it's like Dracula could be there, all jealous. I don't know. That's probably what I'm gonna do, something like that. Sorry, I'm just looking, taking a momentary break. People seem to like that Big Daddy Roth one that I did. I almost wish it wasn't just black and white. Like I'd like to color it maybe. I don't like the stick or the gear shift thing. That I don't like how I did that. I was trying to come up with a way to make it better and didn't land on anything. Okay, I was just seeing if anybody was. I don't know. I just like to look at the see if anybody is at least looking at the link that I send out at the top of the show. Like if anybody's reacting to it. Well, I don't know. I don't know what good reacting is to me. Yeah. As much as I feel like I want people to come in, the introvert in me is really like relieved that more people don't. You know what I mean? So tomorrow, I think I gotta get up early just to look into stuff for. I gotta look into scanning comic pages. These 11 by 17s ain't gonna scan themselves, and I don't have anything to scan them. Not straightforwardly, anyhow. But I am sure there are resources to do so nearby, on which I will report as I find out. I kind of want to take a trip over the next couple days. Because I have some free time right now, and I don't want to squander it all working. but I do. You know what I mean? It's a good time to work on this comic, but it's also a good time to just take a break. It's actually kind of a perfect time. I think things are just going to get gloomier and gloomier weather-wise, you know? Let's see. I'm debating. I've got to figure out this comic stuff. I've got to figure out website stuff that I haven't even looked at this week, which was part of the plan. So I'm going to try and squeeze as much of that in tomorrow as I can, figuring stuff out. Saturday, today's Wednesday. Saturday's I know Saturday evening is spoken for. And I never seem to be able to get to this before 7 p.m. I think I started at 6:30 today. You know what I haven't done? I haven't added a dang track to my Halloween playlist. I gotta get moving on that, and I gotta get moving on my my Halloween costume, which right before I went on the air, I think I got a good idea. And it's gonna be good if I do it, if I can pull it off. But that's the question. Can I squeeze that in? It's gonna be a project. I tell you, I gotta beat my sister-in-law, who always arranges these over-the-top family costumes. And we have like a family costume contest, and it's always a shoo-in for that. So even if I don't win, I want to be able to give her like a run for her money. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this page. This is taking me long enough. 50 minutes for just this. We'll see. See how I feel. Maybe I'll start the next one and see how I feel. Oh, did William Shatner went into space today? It was like a 10-minute trip there and back, pretty much. What they call it, suborbit or whatever. He was zero G's. He was in zero G for a bit there. Real life Rocket Man at 90, 91. How old is he? 91? Oh man, I don't know how fast it was going when it touched back down on Earth, but that like plume of dust and everything, it looked like it hit so hard. I was like, did they just shatter the shatter? Did they just shatter? But he came out looking fine. Gave old Jeff Bezos a big hug. Said everyone in the world needs to try this. I was like, I'll get right on that, Shatner. I'll get right on that. I will, if you'll have me. Okay, it's not letting me get real fine. This brush, all of a sudden. I kind of want to be doing that. Okay, that's. Ooh, see? I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Everyone's crazy but me. I think I have the Vermont teddy bear music that I put in the commercials. I think I've got it stuck in my head. I think I have that music stuck in my head. Yeah. Sunscreen. Will he make a point? Or will he ramble on incessantly with nothing to say? I mean, or will he just draw hacky lines for the rest of the night? I think I'm gonna do one of these. All right. You can butter your bread and smoke it too. Let's see. He's got this floating tongue in the middle of his mouth. About an hour in. I'm usually on here for like 2 hours. So don't be lazy, Ryan. Just start the next page. I was gonna start the next page, jerk. It's so mean to me. Oh, it's golf club. Finger. Finger. Oof. Okay. So there's Mort. Here's Doyle. On the fly guy that I drew yesterday in the jar, I just pretty much used the same design as Doyle. Although it's a taller guy, I didn't give him the crooked antenna, and I gave him 4 arms. He's kind of like a Baxter Stockman, I guess, in a way. He's wearing like a suit. Baxter Stockman being from Ninja Turtles. Yeah, that really helped the washing the brush off. Usually it does. There were like a few days, I think in a row last week, where nothing was helping. It was just bad, bad, bad. No matter what I did. And then I don't know. One day I just tried to like deep clean it or something, and it's been a bit more forgiving ever since. Okay. Some Mexican food. What did I get yesterday? I got 3 steak tacos on a flour tortilla with onions and cilantro. And I got my favorite, a chorizo torta, which I saved half for today. I ate half of that shortly before coming on. Before I did the put the Adam Carolla thing together today. I had a lot of fun with that one. I hope that was enjoyable. Every once in a while I do a little more elaborate one. That one I thought was pretty funny. I always want to think of ways to like kind of rope who Adam Carolla is into it a little bit, and just kind of like early on, I was always mentioning Jimmy Kimmel or Dr. Drew. Well, at least in the first couple, and so the table saw and the beer was my nod to the Man Show. Again, I don't know much what else he is known for. I know some roles that he's done over the years, but they're not as Loveline and the Man Show is kind of his gig, really, right? Eyebrows are way up here. Floaty eyebrows. It's 8 o'clock. Drop shadow. I don't know how necessary that is. I feel like it doesn't serve it well. It doesn't. It's fine. More and more ink here. Trying to anyway. I think that's enough. I can't see. It's all inky black in there. Was the so I don't think doing my takeaway from doing the drops to have them check your eyes didn't seem all that necessary for me. And I would say if you just notice you have some floaters or something. I mean, what I've read on it, it's not a big deal, and that's what the lady kept telling me. Which I don't even see them now lately. I'm sure they're still there if I paid attention. And yeah, actually, as I'm looking at this paper, I'm like seeing them, but they're very faint and very not troublesome, not bothersome. But she was saying you want to worry about it if it's like very big and obnoxious and there's flashing and stuff. And I think that goes for when you need to I don't know. She said you want to do it like every couple of years, that thing. But then she also made it seem like it wasn't all that necessary that I was doing it. Like, not like she was rolling her eyes that I was doing it, but in a way, it kind of felt like she knew I didn't need to do it. I don't know. Something I didn't ask that I was considering asking her about, but I was I don't know. It seemed like I was like asking a lot of questions that weren't very important, but which I don't usually do any of. Like I don't really like ask about stuff when I go to the eye doctor. I guess we just do the thing, do the straightforward thing. I don't get the drops or anything even. But one thing I wanted to ask her at one point, but I figure I'm going back there in a few months for contacts, so I can just ask later. But this year, I started, or maybe the past couple years, I noticed at night when like the lights are out, like if I look out my window from across the room, one eye will see kind of normal, like blue light, and then like I don't know, one eye will see normal, but my right eye will it seems to like lose the blue, and everything looks orangey and brown, and it's real dark, and it's only in the dark that that happens, and it's only like when I'm like lying in bed and looking around my room or something in the dark. And there's also been times where it isn't doing that at all. Now, I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure it's like an aging eye thing. When I tried to look it up, I didn't find much on it. It seems to be kind of the same case as the floaters, where like, yeah, this happens, but what are you going to do? Which I'm sure is what I would have heard. It's not really, it's not affecting me. It's not, like I said, sometimes it's not even doing that. But though it does happen a lot at night, but I don't notice it most nights. But it's like if the lights are out and like I've got a computer screen on or something, or like even one of the lamps in this room on, and it's dark, dim, it's like nothing's different. Nothing's out of the ordinary. It's just when all the lights are out It's like I've never noticed anything when I'm like driving at night. So it's not like that. It's just weird. But like I say, I don't think it's an actually troublesome thing. I think it's just, yeah, my eyes are getting older. And dying. So be it. They had a good run. Oh. Jiminy. Jiminy. This is not a good point. Okay. Okay. So if you're watching this and you know me, you've got cardboard you can send me. Please send me cardboard. I don't want to say what I'm making. Okay, but I want to make a Halloween costume. I gotta get started on it post haste. gonna need a lot. And hopefully it works out. Hopefully I can pull it off. My thing is just time. Time is... Why won't it stop? So right now, as far as fantasy football goes, one league with my family, I'm projected to win right now. At least I was. Yeah, projected to win 55% to 44, or 45% rather. And the other one I'm on a bye this week, so I do nothing. I just sit back and watch the rain roll by. I don't know what I'm referring to there. Ah. Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. 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 That'll shut up that pesky brush. There we go. Not so unruly now, are you? A little more ink. I saw the trailer for that new Home Alone movie, Home Sweet Home Alone, starring the chubby kid from Jojo Rabbit, who is adorable. But I wish they would put him in something a little more not annoying. No, it's fine. I'm sure it's a wonderful movie. I'm just also sure that I won't bother checking it out. With apologies. But isn't he a cute kid? The little chubby friend from Jojo Rabbit. Yeah. I like him in that. I'm pretty certain it's the same kid. It's gotta be. Yeah, it's him. And Pete Holmes is in it. I think Pete Holmes is his dad. Which is alright. I like Pete Holmes. Enough. He's a good guy. From what I know of him. I liked that show Crashing. I didn't see the last maybe few episodes. I saw almost all of the show. I gotta finish that someday. I have HBO Max. I should finish. But I liked that show. It's Artie Lang. Is in it a lot. I think he continues to be in it after his nose imploded. Addiction scares the hell out of me. I mean, I think it's in everybody. I mean, I know it's in everybody. It's in everybody. I mean, maybe someone can argue that point with me, but I would err on the side of believing everybody's an addict, and everybody has an addict in them and is capable of terrible, terrible things as a result. All I know is I wouldn't want to be in like Artie Lang's shoes with a melted face. God bless him. But not that I've ever done cocaine or anything like that, but I wouldn't put it past me from getting there if I ever tried it, Me. Last I heard, he was leaving it like he wasn't going to have any surgery or anything to fix it. He was just going to leave it like melted on his face as a reminder. I think I'll go till 9 o'clock, so about another half hour. Yeah. Wonder what my roommates are watching down there. They're laughing at something. They were watching that Squid Game. I don't know. My sister was telling me about it. Sounds wonderful. No, I don't know. I'm just not that into a lot of stuff anymore. I keep trying to think of Halloween stuff I want to watch, and I'm just kind of not into watching much of anything. Or if I do want to watch it, I can't find it. Stir of Echoes is the one I'm really looking for. I'll find it somewhere. Also, not even Halloween stuff. I want to watch Raising Arizona real bad. I like the Coen brothers. At least a chunk of Coen brothers that I've watched. I saw that. What was it called? Hail Caesar. I saw that in theaters. There's some good stuff in that, but it didn't. I wasn't really too impressed. I mean, I wasn't too wowed by it. That is to say. Um, like I like Clancy Brown. I like the cowboy guy in that. What does he say? It's would that it were so simple. Would that it were so simple. Would that it were so simple. It's been like 15 minutes on screen trying to get him to do the line. I don't know. Maybe if I saw it again, though, I would be blown away by it. The first one I saw, I've talked about Coen Brothers plenty. I've seen Burn After Reading, Fargo, Barton Fink. I started Oh Brother Where Art Thou, but I I didn't get very far into it before I turned it off. Not to say anything about that movie, because I know everybody loves that movie. It's just I think I was just like over watching movies or something at that point. It's just like I can't sit and watch this right now. I never saw Buster Scruggs. It was one that was made for Netflix, right? And everybody was wild about that. I never watched it. But I really want to see Raising Arizona. I saw one called The Gambit with Cameron Diaz. I don't know if they just wrote it or what. I forget. Or maybe they just directed it. Something like that. But I don't even remember it. I think it was a heist movie. I don't effing remember. It wasn't very memorable, whatever it was, unfortunately. Again, not to say anything about the movie itself, I just don't remember it. I do have a trashy memory. Womp. Oh, you know what I should watch? I should look for some. Well, I don't have Paramount Plus or anything. You know what my problem is. harder to find this stuff just lying around on the internet these days. With all these streaming sites, it's a little harder to find like sites that just post stuff. It's like if I wanted to watch something like Are You Afraid of the Dark before, I would just find some like some less than legitimate corner of the internet that had every episode up somewhere with the network logo in the corner and a fragment of the commercials as it like left over from where they cut out the commercial break. Like a Pop Goes Perfection the commercial starts playing at the start. I had that game. I got that for my birthday one year. Pop Goes Perfection. Pop Goes Perfection. Another birthday, maybe the same birthday, but I think it was another birthday. I got a game called Gooey Louie. Where it was like a guy's head, and you had to pull boogers out of his nose. And if you pulled the wrong booger, his brain came flying out of his head. You know, kid stuff, crazy stuff. Oh. I feel like this should be at an angle. I wonder if, no, I don't know. I don't know what they're watching on a Wednesday night. No idea. They're laughing at something. Oops. This wouldn't be turned. I'll clean that up with a jelly roll. Oops. Yeah, the brush is getting rough on me. It's okay. Oh. 25 minutes. What am I gonna do? Okay. It's a page. I'll do this silhouette first, I think. That'd be the least easy to screw up. Now, because of perfection, you thinking about the Pop Goes Perfection commercial? It was called Perfection. It wasn't called Pop Goes Perfection. That was just the commercial. Come to think of it. But yeah, because it was like the Pop Goes the Weasel song. It's got me thinking of I Am Weasel from Cow and Chicken. I mean, it eventually spun off into its own show, like Evil Con Carne. I was talking about that recently too. I just got the You don't need pants for the victory dance, 'cause baboon's better than weasel. Was it IR Baboon? May star the cartoon. I am Weasel. I am Weasel. David Feiss, he works for like DreamWorks now. He's like a board artist on all the DreamWorks movies. I've seen some of his drawings for those movies, and they're the most interesting. They're more interesting looking than the freaking movies themselves, if you ask me. I really would love to see him doing 2D. I mean, I'm sure it does not pay the same. But I would sure love to see him doing 2D cartoons for networks again. Cow and Chicken was the most insane looking show. I love that dude. The style of those cartoons. Pork butts and tater, mom and dad on that. Oh man, that show is mentally ill in a great way. And you know how much I love Charlie Adler, the voice actor Charlie Adler. Mostly, again, I'm sure it pays much better, but he's he's mostly a director now. I understand, a voice director. Though he was in one of the new Rugrats cartoons. I just saw an ad that they were doing more episodes, releasing more episodes of the new CGI Rugrats. And shoot, here's me having canceled my subscription. I didn't even finish that first batch. I did a little review on the new Rugrats on this channel a while back. I started a trial account just to check them out and do a review on them. I was surprised to hear Charlie Adler's voice on that one episode. He played a gay guy. Which, Charlie Adler is a gay guy. Unless I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty certain. He is one of the that was the best thing that the new Rugrats, as far as I saw, had going for it, was that Charlie Adler was in it. That guy is nuts. Nobody did voice acting like Charlie Adler. He just the strangest inflections. And just think about like Ickis from Real Monsters, Mr. and Mrs. Big Head on Rocco, the red guy from, particularly the red guy, because I think they just let him go nuts. I mean, he was cow, he was chicken, he was the red guy on Cow and Chicken, and he was just insane. Again, in the best way. No one can touch him. This is freaking me out. I mean, we'll never see the likes of masters like Billy West or Charlie Adler again. I think I'm just about done with this bottle, and I can start on my giant speedball bottle. Ink. India ink. I'm freaking myself out too much. Ink. I'm just gonna do it with a pen. Let's see. Can I make it work? Ink. Just like Mother used to make. Of course, Mother was a giant squid. It's a pear. A pair of what? Good one, Dad. Now, I hit my head on the camera. Everyone take a shot. That should be a thing. That should be the real drinking game. Unless I'm doing this in the morning or something. But that it's been a while since I did it. Since I did it much before 7 o'clock. I don't know why. Well, because usually I want to get a. I don't think it's going to happen in October because there's usually more of a concept that has to go into the Inktober drawing. And I also kind of try to step up my game a little bit. Usually I try to step up my game a little bit on the Inktober things. I don't think this has been my best round of Inktober. But I've gotten some good drawings in there. I like the mummy one that I did early on, and my favorite is the little witch with the crystal ball for the first one. My Twitter and Instagram are linked in the description of this and all my videos. If you feel like seeing my Inktober posts, I post them to Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram every day. I do daily drawings. If you like my thumbnails for my videos, they're old Instagram posts. There's some good ones that I feel like I'm running out of good ones that I've scanned already. I'm not too wild about the robot that I posted on for today's thumbnail. It's alright. The color's bad. The shell. Okay. Spap. It's a good sound effect. I tried to have a lot of fun with the sound effects in this book. That was one of my favorite things making it. Drawing out the pages was coming up with good sound effects. Some of them are generic. I think on one of the next pages I've got them going whomp. Kind of nothing too creative there, but ones like spap, those are fun. What's the best noise for this? I know, spap. I'd get all proud of myself for coming up with spap. Okay, I'm gonna go 9 more minutes, and then I'll pop off here. Spend some time with my roommates a little bit. don't like to be so neglectful of my friends and family. And even though it might seem like I'm not drawing, like it does feel like I'm not drawing as much as I intended to lately. I'm also not like hanging out with people as much as I should. I really try not to. 'Cause I spend so much time in this room at this table, like so much of my time, a tremendous amount of my free time is spent at this table, and very little is spent with my loved ones. So I really try not to be the guy who sacrifices time with loved ones for his art. That's no good. That's not healthy. It's not good. Um, so you'll hear me like talk about spending time with my family and my friends a lot. Like I mean, most of my friends live out of state, but when they come into town, it is time to hang out with my friends. I really make it a point. Like yesterday was so my birthday's on the 11th, and one of my best friends who lives in Washington, Seattle right now, he his birthday's the very next day. So I went and gave him a call to yesterday after I got home. I didn't get a hold of him though. It was kind of late in the day. I even I left a message for him, but I even said like I was trying to call him earlier because you know how I don't know when you don't live at home anymore, like near your friends and family of your whole life, like on things like birthdays, everybody wants a piece of you. I assume. I feel like when he comes visiting, he tries to make time to. Well, my two buddies live up there, um, and they make time for us as much as they can, but it's like everybody wants a piece of them. Their parents, their other friends, everybody they haven't seen. They're always trying to like see everybody and also like try all the food they can't have out in Washington. So they've got like a lot on their agenda for when they come out. It's like, why don't you want to play with me today? No, but yeah, like when my friends come out. I mean, I have friends in all kinds of states, but like when they come out, I really try not to. Like if I have to put this book down all week, I'll do it. If it means time can be spent with them. Oof. Jiminy. It's getting ugly. Ooh. Yeah, this brush is just about done for the day if I had to guess. I might do these with the pen anyway. I'm gonna call it there. Yeah, my hand. Oh, dang. Woof. Let me put this guy here. I just tightened it. It's loose. All right. Should be back tomorrow. To do more stuff. Look at this page. Look at this page we did. We did about half of it, right? More or less. Did these 2 panels. Did the backgrounds on these 3 panels. Did we do him at all on these panels? I think the 3 boneheads were done. Pretty sure. But yeah, there we go. So, and then we started page 28. Life is good. It's long and short. And look, I got ink on my lips from making a point on my brush. What a slob. What a freak of nature. Gross. Alright, well, I'll see you guys next time. Whenever that may be. Hopefully tomorrow. But you know how things go. The best laid plans of Ryan often go awry. All right. Bye, everybody. I love you. Don't put your initials in wet cement. Goodbye.